Hey! Hey! Hey!
Okay. Just watching this. Okay. They might be trying to use the toilet.
All right. Amherst, New York. On July 12, 2025, officers were dispatched to a residence on N. Bailey Avenue for a domestic disturbance. During the response, they identified the male suspect as 26-year-old Raquel Grant, who had 2 active arrest warrants. Lieutenant Matthew Labuglio and Officer Aiden Vangeloff were the first to arrive and attempted to call out to Grant from outside.
Shots fired. We have 1 suspect down. Shots fired. We have 1 suspect down.
Grant suddenly exited through a rear window carrying 2 knives and charged at Vangeloff, stabbing him in the arm and shoulder. Labuglio deployed his taser but was unsuccessful, forcing both officers to open fire, striking the suspect in the hip and elbow. Once Grant was subdued, officers provided first aid and called for paramedics. Both Grant and Vangeloff were transported to the hospital. Grant remains in critical condition, while Vangeloff has been released and is expected to recover. Fairfax County, Virginia. At around 10:17 a.m. on September 16th, Police First Class, PFC, Peter Liu was dispatched to a home on Sunrise Valley Drive in Reston for a welfare check at the request of a mental health professional. The individual to be checked on was Sydney Wilson, 33, who had been reported as being in an agitated state. When Liu knocked on the door, Wilson opened it briefly before closing it again. About 2 minutes later, she reopened the door, this time holding a knife, and immediately slashed at the officer's head. Liu stepped back and attempted to de-escalate verbally, but Wilson continued advancing with the knife, prompting him to open fire.
How are you?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Back up! No! Over here! Back up, back up. Over here! Over here! Hey, man. I got nothing to do with it. Please back up. Over here! Back up! Over back up! Back up! Back up!
Officers immediately began providing first aid until fire and rescue crews arrived. Wilson was transported to a regional hospital, where she was pronounced dead. The officer was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. In Santa Ana, on the morning of August 19, 2019, David Sullivan stole $1,000 in cash and merchandise from the gas station where he worked, loaded it into a customer's black Range Rover, and drove off. The vehicle was reported stolen a few hours later. By noon, police spotted the SUV with expired plates. Sullivan initially cooperated, but upon learning the car was reported stolen, he suddenly started the engine, reversed at high speed, nearly hitting an officer, and fled.
I got my permit like a month ago,
So did you tell him that you've moved or not?
I don't know.
No?
I want to say that.
Let me see the VIN plate. The registration's expired on this thing a year ago. Step out of the car. Step out of the car! Get 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 out of the car! Fuck you! Man, I heard a shot fired! Shot fired! Get out of the car!
Sullivan jumped out of the vehicle, shouted profanities, and charged at Officer Cullen, who fired, but Sullivan kept resisting. Officers were forced to shoot again. Sullivan was subdued, but died before paramedics arrived. Los Lunas, New Mexico, Rodney Applewhite, 25 of Indiana, was spotted by state police driving a gray Chrysler 200 at 93 Ambler in a 45 mph here zone. As soon as he stopped, he suddenly fled, repeatedly crossing into oncoming lanes and nearly colliding with a truck.
Why? I don't know what I did. Hey, come over here though. Hey, look it. Why are you running, dude? Why are you running, dude?
Minutes later, the suspect appeared in the middle of the road near the vehicle, seemingly surrendering. But as officers approached, he suddenly lunged, grabbing the sergeant's firearm. Officer Gene Gonzalez immediately opened fire, subdued him, and called for medical aid. The suspect, identified as Rodney Applewhite, was later pronounced dead at the hospital.
Drop the gun! Drop it!
At approximately 5:45 p.m. on June 14, 2025, Aurora police responded to a report of a domestic dispute at the 15800 block of East Arkansas Drive. The argument was between a married couple, and when officers arrived, the two had separated, with the husband going into the garage. While speaking with officers, the husband suddenly pulled a handgun from a toolbox, ignored repeated commands to drop it, and pointed it at police. The situation escalated rapidly, prompting officers to take immediate action.
Is it a Colorado ID or out of state?
Michigan.
Michigan? Okay. So is it Todd?
Todd Smith, yep. I'm not. I'm done. I'm not.
What's your date of birth, boss?
Sorry, what?
Your date of birth?
12/31/66.
Hey, drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Drop the gun! Drop it! Hands! 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 Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it!
The 58-year-old man was transported to the hospital in critical condition, while no officers were injured. The involved officer has been placed on paid administrative leave in accordance with department policy.
Hey!
Nashville, Tennessee. At 10:30 p.m. on January 21, 2025, police discovered a stolen vehicle parked at an apartment complex. Jason P. Brown, 20, exited the car with a gun and allegedly pointed it at officers. Despite commands to stop, he kept moving forward, prompting police to open fire.
Hey! 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 Shoot your hand! Show me your hand! Shoot it out! Shots fired! Shots fired! Do it now! Right now! Do not move! Do not move! Do not move! Show me your hand! Shots fired! I got it. Just get him in custody. Get back! Get back! Back inside! Show me your hands! Put your hands up right now! Put your hands up right now! Come to me! Close to me! Where's the gun at? Where's the gun?
Officers provided first aid to Brown before transporting him to Skyline Medical Center. Brown was on probation for a previous auto theft conviction. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is handling the case, and both officers involved have been placed on administrative duty pending the outcome. On On the morning of June 18, 2024, Riverside Police located a recently stolen vehicle in the 6600 block of Palm Avenue. When officers attempted to stop, the driver, Eddie Madrigal, 42, a gang member on parole for armed robbery, fled into a nearby apartment complex, exited the vehicle, and was armed with a handgun.
Watch the fuck up. I'll call you back.
Hey, stop! Hey, gotta go!
An officer was forced to open fire. Police provided medical aid and transported him to the hospital. The recovered weapon was a loaded .22 caliber handgun with 10 rounds. The passenger was found uninvolved and released. Madrigal now faces multiple charges, including carjacking, firearm and drug possession, and parole violation. He remains in custody with bail set at $1 million. What began as a routine traffic stop quickly escalated into a shooting between police and the suspect. In the North Main area of Houston, Officer Kay Cummins attempted to approach a black Mercedes-Benz driven by Mario Watts after spotting a traffic violation. Instead of cooperating, the 38-year-old man suddenly accelerated, dragging the officer nearly 50 feet along the road, forcing Cummins to open fire to neutralize the threat.
What are you doing, man? Come here.
I'm trying to start the...
All right, go ahead. Come. We'll just step over.
No reason to get out, though.
You were just out of the vehicle.
No, there's no reason to get out, though.
You were
Not a reason to get out.
well. Actually, when an officer actually orders you out of the vehicle, you have
No reason
you
to
do
get
have
out.
to you do have to step out.
No, I don't.
Actually, you do.
What's the problem? There's no reason to get out the car.
But I'm asking you to, so therefore you have to. Pennsylvania versus Mims allows me to order you out.
Sergeant.
Get
Call
out
the
of the vehicle.
sergeant.
No, get out of the vehicle.
Okay. You broke my leg, sir.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Oh, fuck!
Both men received first aid at the scene before being transported to Memorial Hermann Texas Medical Center with non-life-threatening injuries. The vehicle was impounded, and the case was referred to the 338th District Court, where Watts now faces charges of aggravated assault on a police officer.
What are you doing?
Tampa, Florida. On the morning of February 4th, 2025, just after 10 a.m., a Tampa police inspector with 21 years of service and a sergeant with 9 years of service were conducting a follow-up investigation at the Azula North Apartments, 4939 E Bush Belverde. They spotted 23-year-old Matthew Fowler attempting to break into a vehicle and an apartment door. When approached, a struggle ensued, and Fowler drew a Glock 9mm with a 30-round magazine, prompting officers to open fire.
He's got a gun. Let me go. You gotta let me go. Let go. No, send more units. Shots fired.
Fowler fled on foot but was quickly taken into custody without injury. The firearm was recovered from a nearby trash bin. He now faces multiple criminal charges. A routine domestic violence check suddenly turned into a violent shootout. As two officers approached suspect Damian McRae outside the Walnut Hills apartment complex, he pulled out a firearm and opened fire on police. Both sides were injured, but fortunately survived.
Stay down. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands.
See your
Where I
hands!
can see them.
McRae was charged with multiple serious offenses, including attempted murder, aggravated assault, and unlawful possession of firearms. If convicted, he could face more than 20 years in prison. Despite their injuries, the officers' composure and swift response were key to surviving a life-threatening encounter.
Put the guy down!
On May 11, 2023, in the McHenry neighborhood of Baltimore, Detective Cedric Ellaby was seen sitting and talking with 17-year-old Makey Franklin when Franklin suddenly walked away. As officers followed him, Franklin was suspected of carrying a firearm. Police repeatedly ordered him to drop the weapon, but he refused, leading to a foot chase through multiple streets.
Come here. Come here. Stop! Put the gun down! Put the gun down!
When Franklin failed to comply and continued to hold the weapon, Detective Ellaby was forced to open fire, discharging at least 4 shots, one of which struck Franklin. He was taken to the hospital and fortunately survived. Officers recovered a Smith & Wesson 9mm handgun with an extended magazine, reported stolen from a vehicle in 2021.
The dog is in the dog!
At around 10:43 a.m. on October 7, 2022, police spotted a white Dodge Charger with Georgia plate XRD 184 connected to a homicide investigation led by the Clayton County Police Department. When stopped near Riverdale Road, the driver initially complied by rolling down the window and placing his hands outside, but refused to exit the vehicle. As officers approached, the suspect suddenly accelerated and fled, prompting a high-speed pursuit.
Got a pit. Got a pit. Let me see your hands!
Hey, we got an axe right here. Big brother, just damn. Hey. He's taller. Is that him talking? I'm over your right side. Wait, get it, please! Well, they know who we are. I know. But when y'all shooting. At this point in time, we ain't got no choice. No.
Hands up! Hands up!
Moving elevator 20 kilometers.
Wait!
Move out, make a turn with fusion command, with fusion command.
Last time! Last time!
Hello, hey. Pass up.
One car!
Pass up.
Yes, car!
That's it. Hey, hold on. Go from first one, step on.
Oh, shut!
Leave it to the dog, it's in the dog!
Eventually, officers forced the Dodge to spin sideways and come to a stop. As they moved in, the suspect tried to drive off again, leading officers to deploy a K-9 unit and request backup. After breaking the passenger side window and issuing commands to surrender, the suspect threatened to shoot the police dog if it was released into the vehicle. Once K-9 FIGO was deployed, the suspect fired from inside the car. Officers immediately returned fire. Following a ceasefire order, the suspect was pronounced dead. K-9 FIGO was injured and transported to a veterinary hospital for treatment. At approximately 6:36 a.m., Justin Battenfield was driving a black pickup truck and recklessly ran multiple red lights, passing other vehicles via the shoulder of U.S. Highway 71. The Sebastian County Sheriff's Office requested assistance in the pursuit after Battenfield failed to comply with a traffic stop. The chase was initiated near the Ingersoll Circle area. Battenfield continued fleeing at high speed, running red lights and swerving into oncoming traffic lanes. The situation became particularly dangerous near Zero Street, State Highway 255, where his vehicle sped directly into opposing traffic.
Going ahead and start EMS. Going ahead and start EMS.
Given the escalating threat, Sergeant Margis authorized a pit maneuver to end the pursuit. Officer Ellis struck the passenger side of Battenfield's truck, causing both vehicles to veer off the road and crash into a ditch. Battenfield's vehicle collided with a culvert and flipped multiple times, resulting in his death. Officer Ellis sustained serious injuries but survived. While assisting in an investigation in Houston, Texas on May 7, 2025, officers observed Walter Howard, 54, approaching their vehicle. Howard then returned home, put on body armor and a tactical helmet, grabbed a long box resembling a rifle case, and drove back to the area. When patrol units approached and signaled him to stop, Howard paused briefly before suddenly speeding away.
Roll down your windows. You don't have a front plate on your car. It's a traffic stop. Roll down your windows for me, please. Windows. I'm not going to ask you. Take it.
During the pursuit, officers attempted to stop the vehicle but were unsuccessful. Howard leaned out of the driver's side window and pointed a rifle toward the patrol units before continuing to flee.
We still southbound coming. Gun!
All right, back off. He's pulling the gun out the window. Go. Cut the sirens. Distance. Be aware of that gun for cover.
Be careful.
Shots fired. Get in the car.
And my camera fell off.
That's right.
My camera fell off. Bring him back behind the car.
Hey, I'm on Hempstead. Stay on the vehicle.
Yo, that's right.
Faced with a direct threat and a nearby school, officers were forced to open fire. Although injured, Howard continued to drive until he crashed into a ditch. He was then subdued, given medical aid, transported to the hospital, and later booked into custody. He now faces 5 serious charges, including assault on a peace officer and evading arrest in a vehicle. What began as a seemingly routine encounter in Savannah, Georgia quickly turned into a nightmare when suspect Jacob Anthony Palmer violently resisted. On June 17, 2021, officers with Chatham PD stopped Palmer for investigation, suspecting his involvement in a prior threat against a police officer. Instead of cooperating, he attacked Officer Hutto and stole a fully equipped patrol vehicle, igniting a dangerous high-speed pursuit.
Huh? You realize that, right? No, stop. No, listen. No, listen. Listen. Stop, bro. Listen. No, you listen. Stop. No, you stop. Listen. If I tell her to go ahead and detonate the motherfucker, your truck and my truck are getting blown up. You realize that? You're gonna get tased. Huh? You're gonna get tased. You're gonna get blown up. You wanna get blown up, buddy? Buddy. Buddy.
Palmer fled at high speed, running red lights, driving the wrong way, and weaving through civilian traffic. At one point, he even fired a gun toward pursuing officers, forcing law enforcement to escalate their response urgently. After a crash, Palmer continued to resist. He waved what appeared to be a phone, but his actions made officers suspect it was a firearm. When ordered to drop it, Palmer suddenly drew a handgun with his left hand and pointed it at an officer. Facing an immediate threat, one officer fired and struck him. Palmer fell and was taken into custody. The gun was recovered from beneath his body, and officers immediately began administering first aid on scene. On July 19, 2023, in Niles, Michigan, Michigan State Police stopped a red Kia on South 11th Street near Marion Street due to a malfunctioning brake light. The driver, Joshua Ringel, 32, of South Bend, had an active warrant related to assault. When officers attempted to detain him, Ringel resisted violently and returned to the vehicle, where a female passenger was seated in the front.
What? For simple assault. Put your hand behind your back. No. I'm not. No, bro. Don't. I'll take it all the way there. I'm not going. Aaron, I got one fighting. Look, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, stop. I'm not going. Stop. For what? It's simple assault. For where? Simple assault. Get out of the crowd. Go, bro.
Ringel drove across state lines into South Bend, Indiana. During the pursuit, the suspect fired shots at the officers. The chase ended when the Kia collided with a patrol vehicle at the intersection of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and Marion Street in South Bend.
Got it.
Fire, Mike.
I'll do the location.
We have a jurisdiction with them currently.
Please don't tell me there's a 7th floor. There's a 6th floor. What's up? Wait, pull up after this.
Testing now, over.
Can I?
Coming up to West Madison.
Coming up to West Madison.
No. Look at this.
Well, sit down.
After the crash, Ringel fled on foot toward the St. Joseph River behind a McDonald's near LaSalle Street. One officer followed in his patrol vehicle but went down an embankment and struck a tree. Police deployed drones, K-9 units, and a SWAT team to search the area. Ringel was eventually found deceased at the bottom of the embankment. The female passenger was unharmed. One officer sustained minor injuries and is recovering. Menifee, California, at approximately 2:43 a.m. on February 1, 2025. Menifee police responded to a report of gunfire in the 25,000 block of Mesa Edge Court. Upon arrival, officers discovered the body of 38-year-old Storm Wolf from Temecula, the victim of a homicide, Jose Velasquez, 45. An acquaintance of the victim was quickly identified as the primary suspect and had fled the scene before officers arrived. Through investigation, authorities tracked Velasquez to Santa Ana. When located in his vehicle, he immediately sped off, initiating a lengthy vehicle pursuit.
At slow speeds. You got a few pedestrians.
Zach, if you can, that this
This is a
still driving on this
murder
pier,
suspect.
supposed to be pedestrians up there.
There you go. Yeah. Stop at the end of the pier, facing south. 6 X-ray facing southbound. 998 at the end of the pier. We're going to need to start fire.
900, great down.
Shots fired, suspects down.
Shots fired, suspects down. Looks like he has a 417 in his right hand.
417 in his right hand, suspects down, shots fired.
The pursuit ended in Newport Beach, where Velasquez refused to surrender, prompting officers to open fire. He was shot and pronounced dead at the scene. Had he survived the confrontation, Velasquez would have faced charges of first-degree murder, along with aggravating factors such as use of a firearm fleeing the crime scene and endangering the public during the pursuit. Under California law, these offenses could result in life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, or even the death penalty if fully prosecuted. There were 3:46 p.m. on April 20th, 2021, an officer patrolling near the intersection of Whitworth Church Loop and GA 92 spotted a silver Nissan Murano that had made several illegal passes, drifted out of its lane, and nearly caused a crash. When the vehicle stopped at a red light, the driver waited in the turn lane, but suddenly sped off at high speed, leaving the officer behind. At first, the officer believed the driver was looking for a safer place to stop. But as the vehicle accelerated, it became clear a pursuit was underway. The Nissan raced at 110 mph in a 45 mph zone, repeatedly veering out of its lane and refusing to slow down. Near Homestead Drive, the driver was forced to brake to avoid another vehicle, giving the officer a chance to act before reaching a busy upcoming intersection. The officer performed a PIT maneuver, pushing the Nissan off the road and bringing it to a safe stop on the shoulder. The driver, Jaden Makey Hamilton, immediately complied, lay down, and was handcuffed. He admitted to fleeing because he didn't have a license and didn't want to go to jail. After being allowed to call his mother to retrieve groceries from his car, Hamilton was taken to the Paulding County Jail. His vehicle was towed, and he also identified himself as a sovereign citizen. At around 6 p.m. on May 29, 2025 in Butler County, Ohio, state troopers observed a GMC Envoy driven by Jennifer Wilson traveling at 82 mph in a 65 mph zone on I-75. When officers attempted to initiate a traffic stop, Wilson refused to comply and continued driving.
Stop was 82. White female driver, black hair, 40s.
off the right side of the road. Right in 31. Right, 31. Starting EMS.
Dark squad, single high. Urban Center, off the red. Rolled over about 6 times.
While attempting to flee, Wilson suddenly veered off the highway and lost control of the vehicle. The SUV rolled multiple times before coming to a stop in the center median. A passing nurse stopped to provide first aid at the scene. Wilson sustained minor injuries, was transported to a nearby hospital, and later taken into custody. She now faces several charges, including OVI, operating a vehicle impaired, failure to comply with a lawful order, and reckless driving. Authorities also linked her to an earlier hit-and-run incident reported the same day in Montgomery County. At around 7:45 p.m. on April 16, 2025, Anaheim police responded to a shooting report at the Kona Motel, 331 N Brookhurst SE. Upon arrival, officers found a male victim with a gunshot wound and quickly identified the suspect's vehicle, a white Chevrolet Silverado, fleeing southbound. Minutes later, officers located the truck near Brookhurst and Lincoln, but the driver, 51-year-old Danny Lee Coelho of La Habra, refused to stop.
He tried to spike him, but it didn't work, and now it's northbound State College from the freeway.
Northbound State College from the 91.
Southbound State College from Orangeburg.
Southbound State College from Orangeburg. 26-023 for Station 10, affirm. Unit still 91 at State College with strip.
Southbound State College through Underhill, meeting a little bit of traffic stop at a red light at Lincoln.
Southbound State College approaching Lincoln.
26-371, can we go off me?
Someone requesting a unit to block me.
26-371, they tried to push him into the side of the street. That didn't work. We're southbound State College through Lincoln.
Continuing southbound State College through Lincoln.
Anaheim officers pursued the vehicle for 45 minutes across city streets and freeways. Coelho continued to evade police, and multiple attempts to disable the vehicle using PIT maneuvers were unsuccessful. The chase ended when the vehicle was finally disabled near the 1400 block of W Memory LN in Santa Ana.
Eastbound Memory from City Drive, 35 miles per hour light traffic.
Eastbound Memory from City Drive.
There's a pit on the Memory Drive over the riverbed. The car isn't quite immobilized yet.
Pit on the vehicle in the area of City Drive.
They have the back end of the pickup truck stopped, so they're 960 X-ray kind of, but the guy's on the gas trying to get away.
Attempting a 960X.
And a car to go to Memory and Bristol east of here and stop traffic there.
As soon as the vehicle stopped, officers opened fire, fatally striking Coelho at the scene. 8 Anaheim officers were involved in the shooting. No outside agencies participated. A male passenger in the vehicle was unharmed, questioned, and later released. Initially, no firearm was found, but after obtaining a search warrant, officers recovered a handgun that matched the one used in the motel shooting. The investigation is ongoing to determine the motive, Coelho's connection to the victim, and the passenger's role. At 1:04 a.m. on March 27, 2022, Officer MCO3 Swain spotted a gray BMW 640i traveling at 108 mph on I-20 near Bill Kennedy Way, where the speed limit was 65 mph. A radar check confirmed the speed had increased to 132 mph. Swain activated his emergency lights to initiate a stop, but the driver, Deontay Dougherty, refused to comply and accelerated away.
Northbound connector, northbound connector.
Doherty sped over 140 mph, weaving through traffic without signaling, running red lights, and recklessly navigating multiple roads from I-20 West to I-75-85 North, then exiting at 17th Street and turning onto Spring Street, showing complete disregard for public safety.
Getting off. I'm primary. I can see clear left. I can see clear right.
North southbound spring coming. There's southbound on spring. Alright, it slows down in the intersection. Stand by.
Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands!
The pursuit ended when officers closed in and forced the vehicle to stop. Dougherty was taken into custody at the scene, medically evaluated, and transported to the Fulton County Sheriff's Office on multiple serious charges. The BMW was towed, and the entire incident was captured on camera. Genesee County deputies received a report of a road rage incident involving a green Silverado that allegedly forced another vehicle off the road. The driver was identified as Eddie Simmons. When officers attempted to stop him near Davison and Arlington, Eddie fled at speeds over 100 mph and drove into oncoming lanes, forcing police to end the first pursuit after 2 miles. About an hour later, Eddie left his home in another vehicle. Officers initiated a second pursuit, joined by Sergeant Duttlinger and 3 police chiefs. Eddie continued fleeing at high speed on the highway. During the second chase, Eddie drove recklessly at high speed, weaving dangerously through traffic and nearly causing multiple crashes. He attempted to evade officers by speeding through busy roads, leading to an extended pursuit.
Good, eastbound yellow from Bellinger. Coming up, very light traffic. What about?
Good on the right so far. Good.
Copy. Let's go westbound Court Street. Westbound Court Street, somebody. Northbound Mansfield, no easy here. Location.
Yep.
3542 location.
Yep.
Crash, with a teacher, going northbound. It's like northbound Crestwood.
Hey, police, stop! You're gonna get shot! On the ground!
Eventually, officers used a tactical maneuver to bring the vehicle to a stop. Eddie fled on foot but was quickly apprehended. He was booked into the Genesee County Jail on multiple serious charges. His passenger escaped and is still being sought. They were 3:46 p.m. on April 20th, 2021. An officer patrolling near the intersection of Whitworth Church Loop and GA 92 spotted a silver Nissan Murano that had made several illegal passes, drifted out of its lane, and nearly caused a crash. When the vehicle stopped at a red light, the driver waited in the turn lane, but suddenly sped off at high speed, leaving the officer behind. At first, the officer believed the driver was looking for a safer place to stop. But as the vehicle accelerated, it became clear a pursuit was underway. The Nissan raced at 110 mph in a 45 mph zone, repeatedly veering out of its lane and refusing to slow down. Near Homestead Drive, the driver was forced to brake to avoid another vehicle, giving the officer a chance to act before reaching a busy upcoming intersection. The officer performed a PIT maneuver, pushing the Nissan off the road and bringing it to a safe stop on the shoulder. The driver, Jaden Makey Hamilton, immediately complied, lay down, and was handcuffed. He admitted to fleeing because he didn't have a license and didn't want to go to jail. After being allowed to call his mother to retrieve groceries from his car, Hamilton was taken to the Paulding County Jail. His vehicle was towed, and he also identified himself as a sovereign citizen. A routine traffic stop on U.S. Highway 67 and County Road 53 in Miller County quickly escalated into a tense pursuit. On November 21, 2023, Arkansas State Police Trooper Tyler Gentry pulled over a Chevrolet Cavalier for following too closely and having an expired license plate. The driver identified himself as Jerry Brexton, but a fingerprint scan revealed his true identity as Jerry W. Beard Jr., who was currently out on parole. When asked to exit the vehicle, Beard suddenly sped off.
Oh, 1037, 1037.
Beard fled at high speed, driving recklessly and swerving towards civilian vehicles on the road.
Successful spot, crashing the side.
Eventually, officers deployed spike strips to deflate the tires, then used a tactical maneuver to stop the vehicle. Beard was arrested on the spot and transported to the Miller County Jail. He now faces charges including fleeing and violating parole, and is being held on a $1,000 bond. At 1:25 p.m. on September 14, 2022, an officer spotted an older white Ford Taurus heading southbound on Veterans Parkway from I-516. The male driver was holding a cell phone up to his face and operating it with his right hand. When the officer activated emergency lights and siren, the driver failed to stop and instead turned onto Chatham Parkway, initiating a pursuit. The suspect drove against traffic, crossed lanes, and nearly collided with multiple vehicles on GA25. He continuously switched lanes, ran red lights, and sped through intersections. Near Gamble Road, he narrowly avoided several crashes and distanced himself from the patrol vehicle, which had to slow down for public safety. Approaching the I-516 EB off-ramp, the suspect ran a red light and was struck by a white SUV, causing his vehicle to crash into a guardrail and collide with another car. Officers found the driver, identified as Javon Raheem Richards, born 1998, unconscious. He was transported to Memorial Health Hospital where he was pronounced dead at 2:01 p.m. Inside the vehicle, police recovered a loaded Glock 45, nearly 2 pounds of suspected marijuana, unlabeled pills, over $1,500 USD, and a digital scale. The medical examiner is investigating. A white Jeep Grand Cherokee sped through northbound I-85 around midnight, hitting over 90 mph and weaving between lanes without signaling. When officers activated their lights and sirens, the driver refused to stop and accelerated, nearly causing a crash as he crossed painted lane markings and re-entered I-75/85 North. His reckless disregard for traffic laws forced police to launch a full-scale nighttime pursuit. the vehicle neared the Edgewood Avenue exit, the driver briefly stopped, allowing one passenger to exit and be taken into custody. Moments later, the driver reversed course onto I-75-85 South, continuing at speeds over 100 mph. During the escape, he veered onto I-20 East, weaving across multiple lanes in an attempt to flee.
Clear, where you don't fit at? Rappaport Boulevard. 24.
The chase ended when Sergeant Tarpley executed a precision maneuver that sent the Jeep off the shoulder, flipping it and igniting a fire. Officers quickly extinguished the flames and found two suspects unresponsive near the wreck, administering first aid on scene. A blood-covered AR-15 rifle was recovered. The two suspects, Broderick Dunn and Amarian Clotter, were pronounced dead. The third individual, Montavious Lovejoy, was transported to the hospital. At around 4:04 p.m. on February 9, 2024, an Ohio State trooper initiated a traffic stop on a Chevrolet for failing to use a turn signal. When asked to provide his driver's license, the driver, Edwin Prude, claimed he was traveling and refused to show any ID. The officer warned he would be arrested if he didn't comply. As the trooper opened the car door, Edwin suddenly put the car in gear and fled.
The driver refused ID himself. 23 southbound, possibly 11.8.
200, traffic light 1784.
Well, we just came to a complete stop. We're southbound. Take it back off again.
Force with the passenger, I'm by myself.
Edwin sped southbound on U.S. Route 823, prompting a high-speed chase that stretched for several miles. He drove recklessly, ignored commands, and endangered other drivers on the road.
Keep your hands up! Keep your hands up! 784, check up. I got you. Keep your hands up! On the ground! On the ground! On the ground! On the ground! On the ground now! On the ground! Don't let him kill me! 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 I think it looks scared. I don't have anything. I don't have anything. I don't have anything. I don't have anything. My hands are free. I'm not doing anything. Don't kill me, bro.
As Edwin attempted to merge onto State Route 52 from Galley Pike, the trooper successfully performed a PIT maneuver, bringing the vehicle to a stop. Edwin was immediately taken into custody. A search of the vehicle revealed a loaded firearm. He was charged with failure to comply and possession of a weapon while under disability. October 22, 2022, around 7:53 p.m., police spotted Khalil Jackson driving a gray Volkswagen Jetta at 97 mph on I-20 East near mile marker 88, well above the 70 mph speed limit. When signaled to stop, Jackson sped up, changed lanes repeatedly, and exited the highway at exit 90. The vehicle entered the Covington Gallery parking lot and briefly came to a stop. When ordered to exit, Jackson suddenly fled, initiating a pursuit through the lot. As officers attempted a tactical stop behind the shopping complex, Jackson unexpectedly opened fire, shattering his own window and striking the patrol car's radiator.
It's going to be a white shirt, black male with dress, unknown direction of travel at this time. The unit is supposed to be within the vehicle at this time. Does have several bullet holes in it.
Jackson then abandoned the vehicle and fled on foot. Police recovered a loaded handgun, a strong odor of marijuana, and various drug-related items inside the car.
Come on! Do not move! Do not move!
A K-9 unit quickly tracked and apprehended Jackson nearby. At the hospital, he admitted firing out of panic, said he had been driving at 125 mph to evade a warrant, and confessed to using marijuana a few hours earlier. After agreeing to a blood test and being medically cleared, Jackson was booked into the Newton County Jail. The damaged patrol vehicle was towed back to the station. On the morning of January 22, 2022, on Genesee Street, Sergeant Kemmerer spotted Kevin Shax driving a vehicle that did not match its registered description. During the traffic stop, the sergeant noticed a clear plastic bag on Shax's lap, suspected to contain narcotics. When ordered not to move, Shax immediately shifted the car into drive and sped off heading east.
Don't move. Don't move.
Stop. Stop.
Eastbound Genesee, crossing Washington, possession of cocaine, gonna pursue it. It's a white Ford Taurus SUV. It's got a bad plate on it, single black male occupant. Southbound Genesee.
The suspect's vehicle turned onto Walnut Street, veered onto the left curb, and crashed into a utility pole. Shax exited the vehicle and fled on foot, ignoring verbal commands to stop. He repeatedly reached toward his waistband, behavior suggesting he might be armed, while running around Larry's Auto Supply and then toward Hoyt Street.
Stop! Stop! Put your hands up! Stop! Hey! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Let me see your hands! Show me your hands! Get on the ground! Face down! Get on the ground! Face down! Do not move! Do you understand? What? Go hands.
On Hoyt Street, Shax finally stopped and surrendered. Officer Barber quickly moved in and handcuffed him. No firearms were found during the search, but he was carrying several knives. Officers later recovered 2 bags suspected to contain cocaine, one inside the vehicle and one dropped along the foot pursuit path. The suspect was apprehended approximately 2 minutes after the initial traffic stop. On May 8, 2023, police responded to a violation of a protective order involving a man named Jeffrey. He was found inside a vehicle in violation of a no-contact order with a woman involved in the case. Officers approached and ordered him to exit the vehicle, but Jeffrey refused to cooperate and attempted to flee the scene.
Jeffrey, get on the ground! We'll explain that. Get on the ground!
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Jeffrey, get on the ground. We're going to explain it. Get on the ground!
Hey, he's getting in the car.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car. We'll talk about it.
Let that dog move if you don't want to do it. Put your hands up!
I didn't do nothing wrong!
I want you to step out of the vehicle.
I'm about to leave this way. I'm leaving.
Woman dead unit is about to flee. He's driving through the grass.
He's stuck. He ain't going nowhere.
Come on. Have her get out.
He drove across a grassy area, abandoned the vehicle, and fled on foot into a residential neighborhood. Police deployed a K-9 unit and began searching the heavily wooded area. Jeffrey attempted to hide behind trash bins and between buildings, prolonging the search effort.
He's still on the pavement. That's the problem. I think he's still on the pavement. We just got to figure out which way he went.
I think he had a light blue shirt on. Do we want to clear that real quick? Just make sure he didn't jump in the dumpsters in that trash area. Yeah, best I can see, it's clear.
Check smoke. Hey, come on, we're going to present the dog.
187, we got him over here in the woods. Come out right now with your hands up.
Come on.
Yeah, you can. You got in there. You can get out. Let's go.
When you hit this patch right here, you go down to your face. Do you understand? Down to your face. Move now.
I'm trying to
go. You ran. You can get your ass down. Now. On your face now. On your face now.
No, I don't have it. On your face.
Hey,
down.
Hey, get down.
Hand behind your back.
My glasses.
Hand behind your back.
Glasses. Get over on your back.
Right hand down.
Right hand now.
Hey. Go.
Jeffrey was eventually located near Harbor Freight, taken into custody, and transported for medical evaluation. Inside his vehicle, officers recovered a suspected improvised explosive device. He now faces multiple charges and is being held on $2,500 bond.